Hey folks, a bit of a funny video today. I'm going to be unboxing the Peter McKinnon 2-to-5 stop 67mm variable ND filter. So this is version 1, not version 2. It's certainly not the Helix version either. And I already have the 82mm variable ND from Peter McKinnon. So why did I just go out and buy this specific version? Well, let's unbox it and dive on in. Hey, let's unbox this filter. You might be thinking, why 67mm? Why not 82mm plus a bunch of step down rings? And we'll talk about that. It's a great question. I do like the minimalist cardboard packaging. The filter comes in a nice hard case. Although on the field I carry all my NDs in a dedicated pouch, so I won't be using this case much. Okay, so you can see that I already have an 82mm PolarPro ND on my 20mm G lens. Let's switch out the bigger ND for the new and smaller 67mm and see what that kit looks like. Now please ignore the UV filter I've got on the lens there. Long story short, it's currently stuck and I'll need to deal with that later. Hey, here we are. You'll immediately notice that in contrast to the bigger 82mm ND, the 67mm sits flush with the lens, because now we have a 67mm filter on a 67mm filter thread lens. And that leads me to why smaller NDs? Why not just step down the 82mm that I can use almost universally across pretty much all my lenses? Why buy a second smaller ND that I can only use for a subset of my kit? Not to mention that these PolarPro filters aren't exactly cheap. The main reason is inconspicuousness. You see, in recent years I've done a lot of video work where I want a full frame camera, yet having that kit to be as inconspicuous as possible just makes everything easier, with less friction, less stress. An example are the walking tours I shoot. I have a whole channel just for that. I'm often in situations where being seen with a so-called big camera has gotten me looks, and sometimes people even approaching me in a not so friendly way in the most public of places, confronting me on whether I'm allowed to film. And believe it or not, a lens with an 82mm front filter visually looks quite a bit bigger than one with a 67mm filter. And that's because diameter wise, 82mm is only 22mm longer than 67mm, true. But the area of an 82mm diameter circle is actually a whopping roughly 50% bigger than a 67mm circle. That's a huge difference, and it's one that will shape perceptions. So when you're trying to avoid that "I've got a big camera" vibe, pointing a smaller 67mm thread lens at strangers, it may not seem like much, but it makes a difference. You end up with a kit that looks tangibly more inconspicuous and less threatening. And if you do enough video work in public, especially where natural reactions are important, there comes a threshold where investing in a dedicated ND filter made for your smaller lenses becomes worthwhile. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy that look at the 67mm Peter McKinnon PolarPro VND. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.